Welcome to the channel and our Idle Heroes free-to-play playthrough. Let's see here. We are on day 24. Yeah, we're on day 24. And it's been a couple days since we made a video, and honestly, not a lot's happened. We haven't done a whole lot here. I was just logging on, collecting dailies. There wasn't really nothing to do. We made no progress to speak of in any areas. We did kill the guild boss a couple of times. I think twice, literally. Let's see here. Brave Trial we made. Brave Trial, today's going to be the last day we ever have to do Brave Trial, so I did smash through that a couple of times. We made no progress in Tower of Oblivion, Aspen Dungeon, Sealand. We made no progress in any of those in the last few days, which is the reason there hasn't been a video. So there has genuinely been no progress other than just collecting dailies. So I guess there's been progress, but that's it. Other than our account level, I don't remember what our account level was last time we were here together, but the account level went up because I was naturally just doing our, hitting the collect button. But I'm thinking we've gone up 3 levels now since the last video. It's really not important, I guess, because nothing new has been unlocked. We haven't accomplished anything other than knocking these out really fast. So yeah, we have that. But today is the last day of the card clash. Is it called Card Clash of Illusion or the Card of Illusion? The card game. Today's the last day of the event. So we are going to get that done today, which is going to be fun because I think we're going to get a little bit of progress. And since that's so RNG based, it's really hard to even know how far we're going to end up getting with that. But it should be, it's something. So that'll be nice. We are really excited. I'm really excited for next week's event. The reason I'm so excited about next week's event is I can't remember what it's called, but it was kind of the thing. If you watch any of the past episodes, I was excited thinking an event was coming up. And I wanted to save our 4 stars for this event. And what we have coming up, let me see what it's called before we got Imps Adventure, which is always kind of worthwhile. It's not like the worst thing in the world. The Shelter Mission. So Shelter Mission, and this is the best thing, expect for an account this new, and with what we have going on, one of the Shelter heroes is Eloise, right? And the other one is Waldeck. So we're going to next week in the event that's coming up, which is just like in, this one ends in 7 hours, so 9 hours from now it'll be live. We'll have Eloise and Waldeck on the account. Huge for this account. That's just two. We're obviously building Eloise, and Waldeck is an amazing companion or teammate for Eloise. Forever until Eloise is useless, Waldeck is a great companion for her. So yeah, that's next week. Here in a couple hours, the next episode is going to be huge for this count. But this episode might be big for us too, because you just really don't know. We really just don't know what we're going to get done with the card Clash of Illusion, or the Card Illusion. I was just there. I should have looked at what it's called. So yeah, I'm excited about that because we'll see how far we can get in that. Soul Temple. Oh, I did make some progress in this. So we have unlocked this, our another awakening. We're not going to use it right now. We slapped a bad awakening on Eloise last time we grabbed one, but that one we'll save maybe until we can get some benefit out of it, out of an event or something. I hate to throw another one on Eloise for no reason right now. I mean, obviously it could always be a upgrade or a better awakening, but right now it's just not necessary. Let me see here. I want to go in before we start really knocking out things. I want to kind of clean up these dailies. Like I said, we are getting really close to being that level 100. For the Idolmaster, right? So we're getting really close here to getting Idolmaster. 7 more levels, so I'm pleased with that. So I wanted to drop in here One of the things I haven't been doing, I did it again. Let's go back out here. Let's go to the marketplace. Yeah, so let's buy some of this. Some of that juiciness going. I don't have any of those. But I wanted to do this number. And we want to see what we can buy for tickets again. Alright, we got a ticket bought. Then I'm going to go in here. Oh, okay, so our Celestial Island, we did finally max out, so we can drop the new buildings on there. And we can do this now. So we'll be able to add a little bit of power to this. And I saved it just so I could show you guys. So we could go over it if you don't know. If you know, it's not a thing. It's only going to take 10 seconds, right? So that's not going to be a big deal. But yeah, see, we finally finally maxed that out. So we're going to be able to drop these new buildings down. And we finished that. Now this has just been, there's been kind of a lot sitting here. We still haven't unlocked a new route on this, which is kind of strange. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. We're still getting a 6-star, but we're getting a 6-star just in the same in the Fortress faction. And at some point, I kind of wanted to do something besides Fortress. I would like to really unlock the Shadow faction. It's really weird we don't have another route unlocked. I think I'm going to go ahead and run the 24-hour one again. Or the 48-hour one again that usually takes about a day. And see if we can unlock another route. I honestly don't know. I don't know. Usually it's just kind of like the first couple that you run, you unlock a new route. So, or a new destination, I guess. Not even a new route. I think they're called routes, but whatever. I want to get that done so that we can maybe unlock Shadow, or we can get something else going on besides the Fortress faction. Not that the Fortress faction's horrible, but it's just not where our focus is right now. After this point, we do need to take our Sigmund up to 9-star probably the next day or two, because Eloise we're going to be able to 10-star Eloise. So I'm going to go ahead and knock these out real quick, and I'll be back to you. Okay, those are all knocked out. Now we're going to go ahead and drop these new buildings in. And I'm happy about this. It is going to cost us some of our gems. Didn't think about that. I'm going to have to go to the Fantasy Factory and knock those out again. It is... The new game mode is disappointing on the PC, or on this version of the PC anyways. It's fun, but it just deepened my distaste for Fantasy Factory because I can't do it. I'm going to grab the furnace. That'll be relevant soonish. Drop that right there. Okay. So yeah, just in case you don't know, these are the things I was talking about. So this gives us fixed hit points and fixed attack, right? Specifically in the Avatar one. And the best place to pick up a bunch of these avatars, and it's not a lot, right? 10,000 fixed hit points and 180 fixed attack. We're not talking massive numbers, but it's still free. It's free stats, right? So we drop in here. Well, let me level these up real fast. Oh, there we go. That's nice. I always do these up first because it's what helps us level the next, the next buildings. It's the resource that we use to max all the buildings. And then I kind of usually depending on what's going on, just swap over to gems and start leveling the gem ones. Because you're always going to need gems until you stop playing the game. Sometimes if I'm really struggling for dust, I'll bounce over and grab dust, or I'll start leveling the dust one. But yeah, I don't know if there's a real system to this. There probably is. There's probably smarter people than me that have figured this all out. But I definitely would say to always start with this one, just because it helps you level everything else out, like your tower, so you can drop these down, right? Because even though that one I said was just a little bit of fixed attack, right? This one gives 1%, almost 1% in both of them, which isn't huge because it's percentage based. It's just not as good a bonus. Another, well, that's the same one. I clicked on it twice. Here we go. This one's hit points. I did it 3 times in a row. Oh no, I didn't. What am I got going on here? What is my brain not seeing? That's equipment. Here's the skin gallery. So skins give you, those tend to add up really fast. Obviously not this far along, but like once we can take that skin that we have for Eloise up a level, right? It'll give us a bonus here. I don't know if you can check. I don't know if you can check how much bonuses it gives you. Anyways, it'll start taking that up when we level up that Eloise skin. Why am I got the equipment? What is this one? Artifacts. I kept seeing the equipment and artifacts as the same thing. That was blowing my mind. That was such a mental meltdown on camera. And I'm going to leave it in because I don't care. Anyways, those ones aren't like super, epic right now. Just because they're a little bit harder to level up. But this one we can take up pretty fast. Alright, let's go ahead and get this here because I'm here. I have no idea why I have the habit of always liking my own settlement, but it like gives you credit for it. I don't think it matters. I know that there's like a leaderboard for that, right? And just hitting like for myself once a day definitely isn't enough to change positions on the leaderboard, but it's like a thing. I don't know why it's a thing for me. Yeah, so anyways, we can go back in here. We can go back to the marketplace here. We can go all the way down here, and this is like the best use for these coins that you get from the arena, unless you can use them to get some event things, right? But you go in here, and I just genuinely start. They all cost 1,000. There might be some in there that you like, or you want to see, or you want to change yourself to, or whatever, right? But we just pick up a couple of these every time we get 1,000, which happens every time. Pretty much, you get 1,000 every time one of the arenas ends. All the different like versions of the arenas, or the arena. Yeah. So this one. Yeah, so this one starts in 6 hours. Oh, free team up arena. Man, I really wished we'd... Anyways, if I'd been paying attention, this would have been a free 1,000 right there. Let's just see. Maybe this guy will see it and throw some tries in there before the reset goes. Enough to get us some points. Usually it's just a couple of battles will get you 1,000 gems. So that'd be nice. Darn it. Yeah, but when pretty much all of these end, you end up with 1,000. Oh man, while we're here, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real fast and get our 3 battles out of the way. Okay, got those all taken care of. What else did I need to do? I need to just finish one thing at a time. I get to talking and I feel like it's been forever since we were together, so I just kind of like lose my train of thought faster. That's that. Now we can go back in here. I can go back up here to the Celestial Island. If you can see the Celestial Island now, this building's leveled up. Right? Yeah, so we can level. Let's see what we get here. Again, it's not tons of resources right now, but it goes up and it's just free, right? Like you don't have to do anything for it. But yeah, you can see we added a couple of things to that collection now. And I just do that every time until, I think there's like 8, 10 of them maybe. So you can level this up a couple of times. I just keep adding into those stats. And then all the bigger events. But most of the time, most of the bigger events, the way you collect these is with spending money. So on a free-to-play account, that might be the only way that you really level up the avatar building. Every now and then on like a big holiday, they might give you just a free one, but it's really not that often. So you don't collect those even on an account you spend a lot on, but you definitely don't get that many when you're doing free-to-play. Get this going. I'm kind of curious. I don't want to... Okay, yeah, I do want to hit the boss. I was going to say, I want to save the boss for something, but I don't know what that was. If I remember later in the video, then I can come back to this moment and be like, oh yeah, that's why you wanted to not do it. But as of right now, I can't remember why. What was I thinking? What was my brain thought? Okay. I can't think of a reason not to. I can't think... Did I do my summons already? Wow. I'm way off today. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, I promise I'm going to get more focused quick. Okay, I'm not going to get more focused but quick. Yeah, we got 6 of these to collect. I haven't collected these. There was no reason to, because, yeah, I was hitting the guild boss, but it was like, you know, I was just smacking it out of the way real quick to get on with my day. I was kind of disappointing not making these videos. I was how, you know, I don't know. It was like I started something and I was enjoying doing it, and then I was like, oh, there's nothing really going on. And I honestly felt bad the last video I made just because it was just collecting dailies and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's a little bit rough. Because I want to make people like, not that it's seen by, you know, tens of thousands of people or anything like that, but those of you who do watch, I don't want to waste your time like that. That makes me feel like even worse, right? Wasting your time just because I suck is one thing, but wasting your time when I had nothing to do and suck would be horrible. So we got that. I don't know. Probably doesn't give us a lot. I don't think a lot of those treasures are really awesome, but now as you level those up, once you get the same treasures, that's when the big bonuses start kicking in. Yeah, so we didn't get a whole lot going on there, but we're getting there. That one treasure that I almost skipped was pretty game-changing on that. I'm so thankful that commenter was like, hey, you're dumb. I'm like, oh, okay. They did not say that way. They were super kind and nice about it, but I'm glad they pointed out the flaw in my reasoning, as it were. There we go. Okay. So that's some treasure train collected. Wasn't a whole lot, but, you know, it was enough that it might make a difference when we do this. Let's see what we can get. Let's skip over that. 239 million. There we go. These right here, this time around, aren't going to be great, right? But next week, when we 10-star Eloise, these hits are they're gonna go up significantly, I think. Because honestly, it usually seems like by now, with all these guild bosses, that I'm able to actually just one-hit these, and so you end up getting like, you know, 3 or 4 kills per day. And you only need to do it 60 times before it changes the format of the guild boss to this thing where you like hit the same guild boss for 5 days in a row, and it just keeps tallying the scores of what you got, and then places you and all your guildmates like in a list of who did the most damage, and you get your rewards based on that. But the problem is when it goes to that, is that you don't get as many rewards as fast as far as guild coins go. Yeah. So like this 10,000, right? There's only like one person getting those. I think it is more, but there's only like one person getting that per week. To where now I'm collecting 10,000 coins per day, plus the 300-400 bonus for killing it, and then there's, you know, just bonuses from hitting it. So I'm collecting 10,000 coins a day right now, just because, which is why I'm in the guild by myself. But once you're in a guild, even if you're the strongest, best hitting person, you don't get 10,000 a day. So it'd be nice if we were like smacking this well enough to kill it once a day. But we're not going to do anything different with the guild until we are the person that, or until we hit 60. And usually you get Eloise up there, you can knock this out, right? Then you're only like 10 days. You can be like 10, maybe 15 days out, and you can finish all the guild bosses, and then you can join a guild that has like people in it, which would be nice. I definitely want to be in a guild before the next Guild Wars comes up. So we have a few days because the Guild Wars just ended, but we definitely need a. That's on the list. I actually think I'll join a guild even. We'll join a guild even if I'm not on 60 on that, and just kind of take that hit. But we'll see. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't remember if this gives you the pop-up right away or if you have to wait for the pop-up. But that is that finished. That's the last time we have to do that. Every single time I've done this while we were apart, while we were in different worlds, the first hit at night killed me. Like every single time I did it. Like, I know I'm talking like 3 times, but yeah. I just died instantly. Like, yeah, that time I made it to 2, but first hit, no chance to like kill or do anything. Just instantly dead. It was rather disappointing, to be honest. Ooh, we're gonna buy some skins. The reason I pick up all those kinds of skins and stuff when I get a chance, right? The reason I pick those up is so that we can go in here and do this. You know what? When our ship from the Celestial Island came back, we didn't have a skin on there. That was really weird. Just thought about that. But you can go up here in the fuse. We need 1 more skin, and you can smart fuse it. Oh, 2 more skins. Oh, we've already done it once. You can smart fuse it, and those are worth more points for leveling it up. We can't. Oh, we need to go where she's wearing it. That's not enough to level her up yet. But you might luck out and actually get a good limited skin instead of needing a chest for it. But it's a way to like minimize the storage, and then you can throw those on there and level her up. It's mostly, point being, I do that so that we can level up our Eloise skin. Alright. That's all done. Aspen Dungeon. Ooh, 6 hours. Let's go ahead and get this. I don't know. There we go. I wonder, what's our Sigmund situation here? Somebody ringing the doorbell. Had to run away for a second. What was our Sigmund situation here? We'll be able to get that next week. Okay. We're needing another 9-star. We definitely just don't have enough food here. We're going to have to burn through a bunch of food during the next event. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this Aspen Dungeon real fast. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. There's just no way. There's just no way to make Aspen Dungeon seem exciting. I mean, at these levels, there's just no way to make it seem exciting. We got some food materials there. So I'm going to knock this out real fast, and I'll be back with you guys. So that went way better than expected. Garuda managed to get us up to level 91. I was not expecting that. I did not see that coming at all. And then Eloise took us home with the last few levels here. So we've made it to Nightmare. So that's 100 levels I just sat through. I don't expect us at all to make it through this very far. So I'm just going to let this kind of cycle through until we lose with Eloise in Nightmare. But yeah, that was a huge run. That was crazy to me. I just was not expecting that kind of love from Garuda. I haven't done this in a couple of days, so I don't know what we did that added that extra, oomph to it. But man, that was huge. All right. Let's see what we can buy in here. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. I don't know what the math is. Some of this might be worth buying with gems. I just honestly have never mathed it to see. Every now and then, if I'm like super desperate for stuff on my main account, I'll buy stuff in here that you can't buy with just a normal gold. But the math is probably pretty good. Like that, 10 of those for $12.50. Let's go see. I want to check that real quick. So that's $12.50, and then you can get pop-ups. You can get pop-ups. What is? So that's 11. I mean, that's about. That's cheaper than this. Wow. And then just buying them while you're in the summoning is more expensive than this. So those are relatively cheap. I'm not gonna say they're a good buy, but they're cheaper than that. But that's done now. Man, I'm really happy about that. We made it pretty far on that. That was a nice little boost. I was not expecting it to make that far. Okay, I just want to see what we need to do in this. Upgrade 3 monster auras. Maybe I do need some of those resources from there. That's not what I want to click on. My camera blocks that, so I just clicked on the wrong thing. There we go, monsters. What do we need? What do we need in here to get this aura up? We need a lot more. 16. We might actually go back in there. Into the Aspen dungeon here. I said I didn't need any of those, but was there any monster materials in here? I don't even know if this sells monster materials, to be honest. No. Okay. But you know what? Maybe not the Celestial Island. Where am I thinking? Actually, yeah. Maybe the Celestial Island? No. Because that'll be here tomorrow. Why was I just thinking that I had a place I could buy those? The Brave Trial. That's what I was thinking. Wow. No, that's not what we're wanting. Or is that what we're wanting? I've already forgot. That's not enough to make a difference anyways. Okay. Yeah, so we're just trying to level that up to get the newbie growth plan moving forward. Grab our Garuda, but our Garuda's gonna die anyways to Eloise. She's fixing to be eaten alive. That'll be what we use to actually take Eloise to E1. So that's not needed. Alright, we're on to the event, I think. Because the Tower of Oblivion, I don't think we'll get anything done on this. Yeah. Oh, I lied. It might just be a level or two, but it's not going to be. Okay. The game wanted to prove me wrong. I'm going to ride this out and see where we stop. Okay, we stopped right away. I didn't even cut away. I was like, I don't think, because I feel like we've been running this like on a pretty consistent basis, but I don't know. I'm just doing this for the points so we can get another free awakening, but we're slowly like creeping up on the point where we'll get this done, and then the rewards get really good, and it gets a lot more challenging. Not that there's a couple of levels in here. I don't know when they. Yeah, so we're gonna be good with Eloise all the way through the ones that we can see right there. But I'm not going to do that right now because it was already boring me. Let's see. Sealand is the same thing. The big benefit from Sealand is going to come as soon as we can level up our Eloise. That's just going to be a bunch of losses. Yeah, so we got the event left. Let's go ahead and knock the event out. I actually don't mind the card Clash of Illusion. It's not the funnest game mode ever. but it's like not the worst game mode ever. You know, free stuff's free stuff. I kind of feel like, I mean, gems, that wasn't that many gems. So we have 102 of these to go through. So first we need to fill up our bucket here. So the way I do this, again, I'm not an expert at all these things. There's going to be much bigger channels that have done all the thinking and thought process for this. But basically what I do is I just kind of do my original draw, and then I look at it here and I'm like, oh, okay, though this one's going to do the most damage. And then I just dump all of my booster like cards into the one that's going to be the best, right? Yeah, I just throw my one that's going to be the best, except for when it can't, and then I just smack it with the other two, and then just draw new ones. There might be a better methodology, but this is how I roll with it. It hasn't failed me yet, but you know. That said, this may not be the most optimal way to do this, so don't take this as a reference for being the most optimal way to do this. Okay. And then it stopped me because I wasn't paying attention. So that's floor 1 done. Do the same thing here. See what we can draw. So we got Forest, Light, and Transcendence. That's Forest and Light. That one's just paired up as the reason it's higher. So in this case, like when they're tied like this, right? I look at the ones that it's weak against, and this one I said Forest, but it doesn't have Forest. I don't know why I said that. It has Light, so it has a Light in there and the Transcendence. So I will just kind of, there we go, and then yeah, boost this one up some more. What Fortress and Light. Yeah. Okay, that worked out well. That one went well. Let's draw some more cards here. Turn this one into a 3-er. That'll get us a good smack with that one. Dump our power onto that. Smack it there. Well, we're really drawing a lot of those forests. That's crazy. I should have dropped that on sooner. We would have... I probably just wasted a card there. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not like the bestest at this stuff. And you can't smash unless you spend money, which is... This game, I feel like, doesn't lock a lot of amazing things behind paywalls, right? Like, it obviously needs to make money. It's a company. We wouldn't have this game if it didn't have methods to make money. But usually it's like, it's just these like little things like Smash. Like, I'm not going to spend money in this event just to unlock Smash ever. But at the same time, man, that would be nice. It's like a nice perk if you do spend money. What do we need here? Abyss Dark. Is this the one that... Boy, those ones just aren't that good. Oh well. Do that. Let's drop that into there. Let's boost you up. Alright. I'm gonna save this one to see if we can get another... If we can draw another light. A card to switch them to light or something like that. Because that would be a nice little bonus. Not gonna be like huge. We want to get to 5. Like that's the 5's the kicker one. That's where we can choose something. And normally you can get to 5. Not always. I actually have had it not happen. I mean, the dream would get to 7, but I just don't think you can get to 7 free to play. You might be able to. I just don't really think you can. Dump you in there. Get these 2 hits in. This is probably the last 3 that we need to draw. No, we're gonna need to draw 1 more, huh? That run really sucked. That one sucked. I was paying attention and we lost it. That was rough. Oh well. This is stage 4. Now we have Forest and Light. I was thinking that's a good card for this one right off the bat. Bam. That's a nice little bonus. Look at all these Forest cards that we drew. That's nice. Man, that was just a good draw. It was a shame it didn't like astronomically change our situation, but man. Get rid of this. That actually took that down, but we can do this now. Look at that. Took it up above our like main hitter. Crazy. Okay. We're going to do that. Let's draw these 3. Okay, we'll drop this one on here. We're just going to keep kind of cycling through this bottom one, I think, and add to both of these now as we draw cards that are useful. Because this one's huge. It's definitely, we definitely have like a dual team. Look, it's outrunning that one, and this one's not even matched to any of the attacks. I guess that probably happens more often than I realize because of the way I go through this. I might have to start paying better attention to how I approach this game, game mode. So this is the big one. We want to get through this one. And then I haven't even thought about what we wanted to buy. Okay, we got just Darken. Transcendence. Yeah, we're just going to dump it here. We're going to make you a trio. This one turns it all into the same faction. So we'll just drop that right there. There, that's a good one. That was a good card. There we go. So we're definitely going to get through 5. I think the average is 21 to 23 cards to get through a 1 level. Again, I'm just talking averages. I have no idea if it's like... Again, there's probably a hard number. I honestly don't know. But... Well, that's good. But that's kind of what I always tell myself. I kind of look at the cards for like 23, because when I spin Starish Gems on my main account, that's kind of the number I go through is kind of calculate, okay, I want to go this far, and I usually do it in lots of 20s just in case I get lucky, but I do think it's like 23 to 25 cards to get through each level. Dump you there. That should get us close, right? We should be getting close. I feel like we're getting close. We are getting close. There we go. So we'll get this one done. And this one's going to be a bust. We don't have gems, starry gems on this one, and it takes 4. And this is why I think that they've kind of made it to be a hard stopping point, because I'm not sure that there's anything we could do to get through this level. You know what I mean? Like, because it takes so many more cards to do it. So there's that. We'll go in here to the challenge stage. You always want to do this challenge stage even though you're going to play slow. Now, if you're spending money and stuff, like you might do really well in this, but it doesn't really matter because just getting one hit, like on the record for this, just getting one hit gives you points for this event, and you can just throw your cards in there. And the fun thing is that if you mess up and you're like, oh, I wanted to use this to swap, like a swap card to swap that, you can throw that in, right, like that, and then see if you get a better hit and just keep kind of playing with it. If you're actually like really worried about where you're at on the standings, it's not like you just use it once and then it's gone. So you can play with that. Then if you're doing this event like throughout the week, you can just kind of keep playing around with it if you want to. But you do want to do at least one hit because they give you, I think it's like 1,000 gems. I think it's significant. All right, so we're gonna have to go out here. Let's actually look real quick. Illusion leaderboard, right? So yeah, it's 1,000 gems. I mean, that's 1,000 gems that you just got from that event. You don't get it until the event's done, but you know, that's 1,000 gems. So make sure you do that part of that event also. That's winner right there. What else did we get? 20 scrolls. Level or a 6-star. I will take all of that. What how many scrolls we have? 401. Nice. It's like one cycle through an event. Alright, so we're gonna go back up here to the events. Now we're gonna have a big debate here. Because we could probably throw that other free and get this Transcendence chest, but not real useful for us. We can't claim any of that. Starlight Melody. What were we doing? What was we doing? Oh, exchange cards. I thought we opened a hero. We must have done that last week during the last event when we gave Eloise some love. Awaken Hero Soul one time. That's only 7 more points. How close are we? Where does it show my points? Where am I not seeing this at? Anyways, this is some good love right here. This is some good love, right? He doesn't pair well. Holmes Young doesn't pair well with Eloise, but I really like him. I have a couple of accounts that I started on with him, and I really like him. He's fun. I would highly suggest or recommend, if you don't want to do an Eloise, that Holmes Young is worth doing. He does struggle a bit in Tower of Oblivion. And we got like 3 of these. Man, if we got Dark Heroes faster, I honestly would just make Aspen our first E5. Like, if you could get Dark Heroes a little bit easier than we do, I've made tons of Aspen E5s because he's usually my like second Transcendence hero. But it would be fun to just see how well he can do right off the bat. So this is a question. Like, I can't see that. So do we do this and just get our first Star Spawn package bought? Neither one of these are going to do us any good right off the bat, right? Generally don't want to buy these. We're not in a hurry to get our Transcendence hero. These will become useful just the same time as these become useful. We don't need that yet, but those never go out as fashion. And we don't really need that yet. This is just garbage. Yeah. So, do we just pick these up and do the responsible thing? Or do we pick one of these up and really plan ahead for our Star Spawn? Because Star Spawns can add tons of power to your account right off the bat. Like, the minute you unlock that, you do your first egg, and your first egg's guaranteed to be awakened, and after that it's a lottery system. Like there's a 15 egg pity system. So this, because you're working through some of the other events that are in that area, you'll get a second one. So this basically counts as 2 star spawn. The first one you're guaranteed, you pick the egg, you get what you want. The second one you might have to go through every one of these, but you will end up with a second star spawn, and that's kind of huge. This may be a bad choice, but this is what we're doing. I think it is a valid choice. Tell me what you think in the comments. Was that stupid? Should we have done something different? Make sure we don't have anything else going on here. Let's check out our monthly events. All the fusions. We're gonna have to do some fusioning, because we're getting low on days. So we'll knock out some fusions next week, or next week. I reset in like a few hours. Broken spaces. We're gonna wait till we take our Eloise up to do that. The tavern. So we'll do that. We'll give it a couple more days. We'll do that on the last day. Yeah, we have a bunch of these saved up. It'll cost us like 3,000 gems, 4,000 gems, but we'll get that knocked out. All right, so we have a plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be huge because we're gonna be able to get an Eloise copy, and then we'll probably just go ahead and do the no. And we'll buy our other Eloise copy in here. We'll buy that, right? That's just fragments, but we'll buy our other Eloise copy in here. I know it's not the best way to go about those things, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm gonna buy an Eloise copy in there. We're gonna get a free one from the event, maybe 2. We'll look at the whole event and figure out. I haven't looked at the event or watched videos on the event or anything like that. So we'll knock all that out, so we'll be able to get a 10-star or be prepared to do a 10-star Eloise. We'll figure out how to do a 9-star. I know we don't have the food right now to do a 9-star anywhere else, so what we will have to do is get a bunch of 5s. So we will do just a bunch of we will combine the heck out of all this stuff, right? Because we have 2,000 of those, and then we have, we can open these up real fast though. Nada. And then we have a ton of these 4 stars that we've been getting from smashing our Sealand. So we will combine all that stuff. We'll open up all this stuff that we don't need to just put as many 5 stars together as we can. See if we can get enough food, and we'll see if we can get us a 10-star or a 10-star Eloise on the next episode. I really appreciate all you guys. It's been amazing. So much support. It's weird to me that yeah, I enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will be back with a video tomorrow because of the reset, because I'm really excited and in a hurry to get Eloise. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.